on out. Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. Woohoo! Well, you can go further. I gotta put this thing up to hold the door open. There we go. Hi everyone, it's me, Nina. Just sitting here enjoying the day. Earlier today, me and my youngest sister Renee went down to Mom and Chummy's house, and they were they had doctor's appointments, and my sister and I cleaned up their house. And I told her, I said, kind of reminds me of when we were young and living at home and Mom would give us chores to do. I had called Mom to check on what time they were going to be getting home because they had been gone for a long time today. And my sister laughed and she was like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of when we tried to hurry and get it done before Mom got home. And I said, yeah, it did. But we had a really good time going down there, being together, and straightening up the house for them. So I've been, busy going down every day and doing a few things. And I got a request to make a shawl for one of my subscribers' granddaughters. So I would have had this done if I wouldn't have had anything going on. But, with Mom and her health problems, I've been going and trying to do what I can to help them out. And so I just got started on it, and I'm hoping it won't take me but a few days and I'll get this out in the mail to her. So yeah, I like the colors. The little girl loves these shades, and I couldn't find any of just the two. So this one has purple thrown in. But yeah, I think it's pretty. I hope it turns out really good for her and that she really likes it. So sitting here doing this, and I thought I would pull out the camera and just chit chat a little bit and see how everybody's doing. I was going to tell you, I found a website that showed some free camping places here in Ohio, because I know out west they have a lot of free camping. Like you can go to the desert and stay, I think it's 14 days or so. Well, I found a couple places like that here in Ohio, and I looked all last year and didn't see any, but I got lucky and just found the right site, I guess. So most of them are a lot south of us, a couple hours away. And I told Steve one of them I fell in love with. I can't think of what the name of the campground was, but it's primitive. So there's no electric, there's no water. They do supply a picnic table, a fire pit, and a trash can. So I told Steve, you can stay up to 14 days free, but you have to have a permit. And I tried to get online to do the permit that they told you where to go to get it, and the site wasn't no longer available. So someone had made a video about that free camping spot, and you can, I guess, go down there and pick up a paper, and then they'll come by. The host, I guess, that takes care of that campground will come by and get you set up. So I don't know if that's, I've never done that. So we're going to try that out when the weather gets better. Now, today it was 70 degrees, and now it's about 65, because it started raining, very heavily raining. And if you hear anything, it's probably our sump pump kicking on, and it, some reason, it makes noise in our kitchen sink. So I'm not sure how or why that does that. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about this campsite, and I'm sure that I'll video when we go, but probably about another month, I'm thinking. So I told Steve I wouldn't mind going and just staying a couple days, and because there's nowhere to take a shower or nothing, and I wouldn't want to stay. We just have the van. We don't have a regular camper, and so we wouldn't be able to take showers. But I do have those cloths that you get, and you can wash off, and they're not like a baby wipe. They're thicker than that, so they'd be really nice to wash down with that. And then we'll take enough water, and then we've got our cooler, and we have everything that we need to go. So I said a few days would be awesome. And the area has nice rolling hills. The area that it's first come, first served actually has a nice pond that I told Steve that'd be great because he could fish. I could sit there and walk Willow around and read, just anything that I want to do, crochet. So yeah, we're thinking about doing that maybe in about a month or so, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. Um, I know it's just him and I here at the house, but there's something different about getting out, and if there's not a lot of people around, just the quietness and the beauty of being out in nature. I know for one thing, everyone that wrote on there said make sure you bring mosquito spray, and so we always have extra of that because I cannot stand mosquitoes. They always try to eat me up. And Steve and I can sit side by side. He'll never have one land on him, and I'll have like 100. I don't know what it is. I said I don't know if it's because my blood type or I don't know, but they tend to like me, and I hate them. So So today when Mom went to the doctor, her and Chubby, Mom had to end up having her knee drained. They were going to send that off to check to see if all the infection was gone from her knee. And she had to have an x-ray, and let's see, I'm not sure what else she had to do today. And then Chummy had to have a shot in his knee because it's been bothering him. And they're going to start out with that, and hopefully that will take care of him, for a while. I had one of those done years ago, and it helped me for a long time. Everyone kept saying that it wouldn't last very long, but I guess everyone's different because mine, I still haven't had to have anything else done to that knee. Once in a great while, it'll hurt a little bit, or it will feel like it's going to pop or it grinds, but yeah, for the most part, it's wonderful. I haven't had no trouble with it, thank goodness. But so yeah, they ran. Mom says she was so wore out. They had to go from doctor. They had 2 doctor appointments today, and then they had to go to the hospital to have blood work and all the x-rays and stuff done. So they were tired. So I was so thankful me and my sister were able to get the house all done for them. And I had to leave before my sister did, so she was finishing up and said that Mom and Chummy were in their recliners and were going to try and take a short nap because they were so tired. I also wanted to say I got a call the other day from my doctor's office, and you guys remember my other doctor that I had for 30 some years? I'm not sure what happened, but I believe it was health issues. Anyway, so he quit, retired, and we got a referral to go to the doctor that we started going to. And it's really hard to find a doctor that will take you when you have a lot of health issues. They don't, they don't want to take you and have to deal with all that, I guess. I don't know why, but it's really hard to find one. We looked and looked. And so when our doctor that was retiring, I think because of medical reasons, he referred us to this other doctor, and it was in the same town, so it wasn't that far for us to drive. And yeah, I got a call the other day that he no longer has an office. I looked it up online and it said that his office was closed permanently. So I have no idea what happened. He had been a physician, I believe it said 15 years. And yeah, I think he was our age or younger. And I don't know what happened, but I told Steve, we don't have luck with that anymore. We had our old doctor for a long time, and he started changing and getting really grouchy and hateful, mean. And so I was glad to see him retire. I really kind of think that he, and I have no idea, but to me, he acted like he might have had dementia because he started getting really hateful. And most of our hours for our visits were in the late evening, like 5 o'clock, and he worked late days. And so that kind of made me suspicious. Maybe it was some type of dementia or something because I really could see a change in him, when it got late like that. But the new doctor, I have no idea. He hadn't been practicing that long, and unless he got mixed up with something, or I don't know. And I hate that we can't even find out. I know it's not my business, but I kind of would like to know. You go to a doctor for a few years and all of a sudden they can't take care of you. They're no longer in business. It just kind of makes you wonder what's going on. Does me anyway. Maybe I'm nosy. I don't know, but I would like to find out. No way to find out. So I guess I'll just have to speculate and make up what I think he got in trouble for. I don't know. Oh. I wanted to tell you too, I've been reading quite a bit lately. In the evening, like before bedtime, it really takes me away. And I had went to a thrift store down in Amish country. You guys probably remember just a few weeks ago. And I found this book, The Bookwoman's Daughter. And I thought it looked really interesting, really good, because it has to do with people in Appalachia. Well, when I started looking at it, I found out that it was the second book of a, two-part series so far, I guess. And it was The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. And so I was like, when I first bought it, I didn't pay attention to that. So I thought, oh man, I'm not going to start this because it's got a book before it. So I went online, and I have an app for our local library, and that I can get books on there. You can either get the audiobooks to listen to them, which is nice if you're cleaning or whatever, you just want someone to read to you. That was nice. Or you can get an ebook and just read it like I read from my phone. So I found they actually had that book, and it was free, from the library. And I read the book of The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek and absolutely loved it. So I told my sister about it, and she went online and got it, and she's reading that now. But I thought I would share it with you guys if any of you enjoy reading. I like to read. Sometimes I read like a book a week, and I could probably do more if I, sat down throughout the day and read it. But like I said, most of the time I read at nighttime before I go to bed. And it really does help. It helps my mind. When I go to bed, sometimes everything in the world will be going through my mind. And if I stop and get involved in reading a good book, it's like my mind just calms down and I can go right to sleep. So I want to tell you about the first one. They are set in the state of Kentucky, and they are set like on a true story, but it's not based 100% on all the characters. But how neat to read about how people, instead of going to like the library like we do now, or get online and go to the library like I've been doing. They actually traveled. They would get shipments every, few weeks with books in a big old burlap sack. And they would have to get on horseback or on a mule, which is what this lady has, and travel and ride for many, many miles to deliver books to people that, of course, back in the 30s, they didn't, a lot of them were very poor. And like I said, this was in the Appalachian area of Kentucky, and extremely poor at that time. And, no TV, nothing to keep them occupied. Thank goodness kids played outside then like they did when I was growing up, which now, so many kids are on their phones or on computers that they're missing out, in my opinion. But anyway, just to give you a little bit of taste of this book, I think that if you like anything to do with Appalachian area, the beauty, the language, the culture, I think that you will absolutely love this series. Very, very good, and I highly recommend it. I didn't know until after I read these that my niece has read them too. She didn't care for book 2, this one here, about the daughter, but there's so many good parts in this. I love the series. I loved them both. So I finished those, and now I'm starting on a book so the one I'm reading now is God Pretty in a Tobacco Field. And God Pretty is all one word. And it is, based back when they were picking tobacco in a field. And I've just started it. I started it last night, and I can't wait to read that. And what was funny is my youngest sister, Renee, she sent me a picture of the cover of the book. And we kind of keep like if I read a good book, I will let her and my other sister know, and then they'll keep a note or something on their phone so that they can remember when they're done with their whatever they're reading. They know that I recommend that, so we do that back and forth to help each other. So she sent me the picture of that book cover, and I just had to laugh because I wrote and told her, yeah, I started that last night. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, I've read some really good books this year. So if you guys like to have maybe a little book series or something, we could do that. Just let you know what I'm reading, just maybe a tiny bit about the story, if any of you like to read. And that way might give you guys some different options. Maybe you're not used to reading a certain type of book, but you want to try something different. Yeah, that would be good. I've tried a lot of different types of books, but honestly, I still go back to the ones that I enjoy. I like to read some of the books written about the Amish and stuff like that. I enjoy some of those, and I have a lot of books that I like to read. So thought I would just share that with you in case anybody else is looking for something to read. Tell you what though, with this rain, our grass has gotten so green. And when we were out at that farm store looking around the other day, I picked up some flower seeds, wildflower seeds, and I am going to plant some in the garden because this year we're taking a break from the garden. I've still got plenty of my produce that I canned last year. And I told Steve, I said, this year I want to be able to go camping when we want to, or just sit out on the swing and enjoy the day without feeling like we have so much work to do. And it seems like with everything going on in our lives and in so many other people's lives, it's you stay so busy, and I don't like that. I want to take a break this summer and enjoy summer. I told him, even if we have to go down and walk in the creek or, just enjoy the summer this year. It seemed like last year we worked hard, so hard on the gardens. We had two gardens, remember? And canning all that food, and then canning. We got 40 pounds of chicken meat and canned all that. And it's just, I felt like I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I really did. I really enjoyed it. But I I just got so tired lately with so much going on mentally and stuff that I told Steve I just want to take a break this year. It's good to let your garden area take a break too, they say. You know, even the Bible teaches that. What is it, the seventh year or something? They would give their fields a break. I can't remember if that's the amount of the years or not. But so I told him instead of instead of having vegetables and stuff in there, we'll give it a break because they pull different nutrients out of the soil. And the last few times that we've cleaned out the chicken coop, we've thrown it on the garden area. So Steve rototilled the garden last fall, and then he's going to do it one more time when it dries up. And when he gets it all done again, I'm going to throw some of those seeds down and hope that some of the wildflowers come up. I told him I think it would be beautiful. We'll be able to pick some, keep them in a vase, just enjoy summer and not work hard. Take a break. We don't really need the extra food. I know. Matter of fact, I put a one of those white folding plastic tables. You know, the large one that you can have, you know, dinner on for several families even. So it's pretty large. I put out food fresh from the garden out on that table with signs on it that said free. We didn't have one person stop. So I said if it was an area that maybe people, well, a lot of people do have their own gardens around here. That's probably why no one needed any. But if there was an area where people needed food, I would have it. Maybe have them pick their own beans or something. Go in, give them a bag, and they could, you know, pick a bushel of beans for their family. But I don't think it would be a hit in my area because people have their own stuff. And honestly, a lot of people don't even want to pick their own beans and break their own beans. They want it all done for them. And yeah, I'm not doing that for free. That's a lot of hard work. So yeah, I'm sure we'll both miss having our garden this year. But I also think there goes the sink. But I also think that it's going to be really good for us to just get out and enjoy nature and enjoy ourselves and take Miss Willow with us, and she'll be all happy about that. And yeah, I think it's take a little break, do something different this summer. Hopefully, it will be an enjoyable summer. Hopefully, my mom's going to be totally, you know, well and able to get around good by then. I miss going to the thrift stores with her so bad. So yeah, we'll see how the summer goes, but I am excited for it. I really am. My favorite part of the year is spring because to me it's new life. I ended up having my son in the spring, and I always just thought like it was an extra blessing. It's just like new life, and things are more, everything's coming back to life. The grass is getting greener, flowers are starting to bloom. And oh, it just gives me so much joy. There's that place that we took you guys for a walk on where they built the wooden paths through the woods. And I told Steve I want to go when this rain stops for a couple days. I don't want it to be too wet there, even though I'll be walking on a wooden, you know, decking. It's full of natural wildflowers, and usually when I go, they're gone. So I'm trying to time it this year so they'll be there so I can show you guys. Because like I'm trying to figure, like right now my daffodils are all beautiful, and the hyacinths are starting. They're starting to get their smell, and they're coming up. They've probably got a week to go before they're in perfect bloom. But yeah, so I thought maybe this coming week Steve and I will take you guys for a walk out there, and we'll look for some wildflowers. And I know many of you can't get out and do things like that, and you enjoy when I'm able to take you and go for walks and show things that you don't get to see in it, you know, because you're not out in the woods. And this way, there's a cuckoo clock. Um, but this way you would be able to enjoy the walk and all the natural beauty. So, all right. Well, it is getting late. It is almost, well, it is 7 o'clock right now. I didn't count the cuckoos, did you? Um, I'm going to keep on working on this cute little poncho. And I just thought I would make a little video and let you guys know what's going on with Mom. She still isn't scheduled for that next surgery yet to clean her kneecap from the top and bottom. But yeah, she's her spirits are better, and she's, no, it's always better being home. And she was in the hospital for almost 5 weeks. That's a long time. And Steve has been in the hospital for that long a couple times, and oh, he hated it. It's no place like home, right? So, all right. God bless you guys. Have a great evening and a great week, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye bye.